Welcome to Mama's plant-based kitchen, where I cook oil-free and I cook with plants. So I'm going to show you a couple of my recipes that I make myself here at the house and just take you through some of the stuff that I do today. Okay? All right, let's get started. I have a blender here and I'm putting in 1 cup of oats. And this is 1/4 of a cup that I have in here because it fits really nice. And I want to blend this up really nice because I'm making oat milk. Okay, and this is all you have to do. This has no sugar in it. It just has oats and filtered water. Okay, so then I just mix it up for about 10 seconds. Okay, about 10 seconds is all you need on that. Then I go over, and the reason why you don't want to take and fill it up with water and then put your cup of oats in is because you'll have it just coming all over your pitcher here. So what I do is I just put in a little bit, half of water, and then I go over after it's mixed and add the rest of my water. Okay? Filtered water. All right, and then you just want to take a little filter here and you want to filter out your oat milk because you're going to have some oats in there yet. And so I just filter out the oat milk and I fill this one up. Cover it with one of my little plastic wares here. And then I'll got that ready to go in the refrigerator. What I do is I would just put some more water in it, filtered water. You don't want it too thick to start with because unless you like real thick oat milk tasting. Otherwise, I just do it like that, and then I pour the rest in this one, and we use this one up first. It makes 1.5 pitchers, about 1.5 of these, and I think they're like 16 ounces. Of course, I go up to 24. Well, this is a 20. Yeah, this is a 24 cup or ounce up to this line, but I always go way up here. So I put another 8, which would be 32 ounce. So about 1.5 of the 32 ounces. And if you want a little bit more in there, it's just the strainer gets full and then it's hard to get it through and it all. There we go. I'm going to make some cookies out of this. It's really neat to be able to use the rest of this for cookies. Okay. All right. And then I have one of these that mixes it up because it will settle to the bottom as it sits there, and you just mix it like that, and you can get these on Amazon, and you have oat milk made. Very cheap way to have oat milk. There we go. And so then to this, I'm going to put in my soaked cranberries. I use the rest of that. I'm going to put in some walnuts. These are peaches that are in peach juice, 100% juice in here. That's going to be my sweetener. And I'll see if I need 2 of these. I'm thinking I'm only going to need 1. with what I'm making, so we'll see. And if I was baking these right now, I'd have my oven on 350. I'm just showing you what you can do with the rest of the oatmeal that you have in the bottom of your, that you strain through your holders for your oat milk. Okay, I got my peaches, my cranberries, and the rest of that oat milk, or oatmeal. That was from the oat milk. And what else do I want to add? Flaxseed meal. You want to have flaxseed meal because that's your omega-3s plus its fiber. Okay, and I use the mill because mill don't go right through you, where if you use the seeds before they're milled, you don't get too much benefits health-wise. So I use the flaxseed milled, ground flaxseed. And I just put 2 teaspoons in here. Well, actually it's half of a tablespoon, so it's more. I put 2 of the, I'm glad I looked, 2 of the half tablespoons in my cookies. Heaping tablespoons. And then you want to add just regular oats. And I'll probably start out with a cup. Now you could add to these semi-sweets. You could also add some stevia or sugar if you like sugar. But like I said, I'm using the juice out of the peaches to sweeten it. And then the cranberries are going to be a little sweet too. So it'll be plenty sweet. And the batter's done. Okay, I'm going to line a cookie sheet. There we go. With my cookies batter. And if you wanted to put some cinnamon in or vanilla for the flavor of it, you could put that in here. Be creative. This is going to be good enough for me. I'm not real picky about cookies. I just like to be able to pick up a cookie and just after I eat dinner and just have a cookie on the side. Doesn't have to be real sweet. It has the fruit in it, oatmeal, flaxseed milk. It's just very nutritious and not many calories that way too, if you're calorie counting. I don't really count calories anymore. I just eat a very strict plant-based way of eating. And I've done this for, I would say the last, strictly wise, like no oils and stuff, probably the last 3 or 4 years. But I started a plant-based diet back about 15 years ago. And I weighed over 300 pounds. Then I went off of it for a little while, like where I was doing it as strict. I'd have like egg whites and, you know, added different things to it. And I started gaining weight by adding different stuff back to my diet. And I got up to about 213 in 2019. And I thought, oh no, I'm not going back up to over 300. You know, you can easily put on pounds. And so I decided to go on an intermediate fast. And I started out at 18.6. And it was just too much for me to stay on. So I thought, well, I'll go to 16.8. And since September of 2019, that's what I've been doing every day. 16.8 and plant-based diet. And I weigh around 135 now, and I've been at that weight for a good 1.5 years. So, but I don't count calories anymore. That's what I do. I eat an oil-free plant-based diet and intermediate fasting. Lots of vegetables. I love my vegetables. Comment below and tell me if you like your vegetables. Like my greens. Okay, so these will be ready to go in a little bit later. I'll sit those over here. I'm not ready to baked those yet. And now, because I have this out and ready to blend up some more stuff, and it's just got oatmeal in it, nothing that's, I'll go ahead and rinse it out. I don't want my cheese sauce to be too sweet or anything, and there might be some of the sweetness in that oats from the fruit. I went ahead and just rinsed it out. But I'm making a cheese sauce with sweet potatoes. Okay, so I'll show you how you do that. You want to bake or microwave your sweet potatoes. Take off the peelings after they're baked, because it's easier. I don't know, maybe you like to peel your sweet potatoes before, but I just do it after they're baked. Here I have 1, 2, that one's a pretty nice size one, 3, I think I'm gonna go with 4. 4 sweet potatoes. I measure out, nutritional yeast will give it a cheesy flavor. I measure out a couple capfuls to my cheese sauce that's going into this big blender. So I would say that's probably, well, let's just see. Let's see how much it makes. Because I've never really, yeah, about 1/4 of a cup is all it just went to the bottom, about 1/4 of a cup. So, which is plenty. So that would be a 1/2 cup. So I measure out 2 of these for as big as that is. You can always add more. You can always add more nutritional yeast. Then you take these red sweet peppers. You can get them at Walmart. You can get them at, I actually got these at Rulers, which is our Kroger store. But you can get them at Dollar Tree. I've seen these. And you pour the whole jar in. The whole jar. Then I just take and, I do sprinkle in some onion powder to your taste, some garlic powder to your taste again, turmeric's really good for you. I don't know if I shared this before with y'all, but you want to add some black pepper when you're adding turmeric to anything, because it'll stay in your system longer. It does better work for you with black pepper. So I sprinkled in a little black pepper in there. And we're going to go ahead and mix this up, and then we will add some more filtered water after it's mixed. Again, I'm doing this so that you don't have a big mess, because the juice from these little peppers is enough to mix this up. So if you take and plan your day like I'm planning it, you don't have so many dishes to do, because I went from making oat milk using the same blender, mixed up the cookie mix, and then went to making my cheese sauce. And I did rinse out the pitcher, you know, just to not have the sweetener in there. But and then you just add water if you do need a little bit. This is a little thick. I'll add some water to it. And you can also, if you wanted to, you could also add 1/4 of a cup of oatmeal to give it more of a thicker texture. Or these, you know, I've read on different people's, when they've made, or I've watched some YouTubers and they've put in like 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, or they'd put in arrowroot, or they'd put in some kind of thickener. But I watched somebody a couple days ago and they actually put in 1/4 a cup of oats. So you could use that as a thickener. I don't think I'm going to need it though with sweet potatoes. if I was making this a taco, a nacho tasting cheese, I would have put in taco flavoring. But I'm just going to add in some smoked paprika. I just want to have a cheese sauce to go over our noodles today with our chili I'm making. So, and we like noodles in our chili. So what I'll do is I'll make up the noodles, which I have those here. I'll make up my noodles and then I'll pour this sauce in there. And then when we get our bowl of chili, we can just put a scoop of that on top and we have our noodles on top. We go a little light on the noodles, but it lasts us a couple meals. So, okay. It's got a very pretty cheddar cheese kind of darkness to it from the turmeric and all the sweet potatoes too. But there you go. You got some cheese sauce. Really nice. It smells delicious. So you can also add some vinegar or some lemon juice, and it gives it a tang. But we always put lime juice over our food, and so I don't want to do that with this. But if we weren't doing that, I would add a little bit of some kind of lemon juice to this, or vinegar. So we'll go ahead and put some of this in the refrigerator, put it away, because I'm going to show you how to do some black bean burgers. So I hope that you're enjoying this. It's just kind of quite a few different little recipes that I'm throwing together today for y'all while I'm here in the kitchen. It doesn't matter if you don't get it all. It'll just be in your black bean burger mix, and that's not no biggie at all. Matter of fact, it'll give it some really good flavor. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that over here. And I'll put that away in a few minutes. Now I have some peppers and onions from, well, the peppers are from our garden. The onions is a sweet onion cut up. And yeah, I gotta put this back in here. So see, you don't have to wash this out at all. You just do that. You put the cut up onion. I cut up one onion and they were two pizza peppers from our garden. And I drained the black beans. I use the salt-free black beans that are in a can. Just one can. And I'm gonna go ahead and put some flaxseed meal in it. Give it more fiber. No, black beans have a lot of fiber in them too. Yesterday I did a recipe that was new to me. I did a black bean brownie dessert. And it was really good. You guys will have to check that out. They have lots of recipes for that on YouTube. You guys can go ahead and go over and check that recipe out. Choose whatever recipe is good for you. And I might make them on this channel sometime, but not today. We just had them yesterday. You can't even tell that there are black beans in our brownies. They were so good. I made a nice size pan of them, and they were gone. Yep, we have no more. So you know that they were pretty good. And so then I want to just put some liquid in here. So I'm going to just use a little bit of water so that this mixes up really nice. And then I'll show you how I do my burgers. Okay? We have well water, so I like to make sure it's filtered. And then I will have to get me some tomatoes. I got that can opener for Christmas, and I just love it because it don't go down into the can. It goes around the can. Just love it. And that'll be enough tomatoes. A lot of times I'll use our tomatoes that we grow, but I'm saving those for our salad today. And you want to just mix that. I use oatmeal for a lot of things, but it's one way of getting your oats each and every day. So now see, you have a bowl right here to mix everything in. And so you won't have so many dishes to do. I think for my for my black bean burgers, I'm gonna go ahead and put some onion powder in, a little bit of garlic powder, not much garlic powder. I do want my smoked paprika in them. And I'm gonna go ahead and put some nutritional yeast. It'll give your burgers kind of a cheesy flavor. You don't have to. Add what you like. And so just give that a little mix to get the flavors going. And then I think I'm gonna just put a whole cup of oats in here and start out with that. So see if that'll be thick enough. If not, you just add a little bit more to it. Might have to have 3 cups of oats for this one because I'm making so many. But we'll go ahead and just do it like that. And we'll see, it'll start taking shape in a little bit here. Oh yeah, it's turning out really, really good, y'all. Now, if you wanted to have some chunks of onion in your patties, in your black bean patties, you could have half of the onion left out. And then you could add it right now. And I won't need a whole cup, believe me. It's pretty good. I'll just add like 1/4 more. So basically, you just look at it and you add it slowly and see what you need. Basically, I started out with 1 can of your black beans, drained and rinsed, a 1/2 can of tomatoes, 1/2 cup of water, then any seasonings you wanted, and 2 1/4 cup of oats. So you just want to take and put your patties out. I think I'm only gonna make 9 for today, and we'll have some leftovers for tomorrow and Thursday. So I'm gonna go ahead and make 9 up, and then I'll freeze the rest of these in patties for a different time. Then you want to take a piece of parchment paper and put on top of that. Take this and just fine. You don't want to squish them down too far, just however thick you like your patties. And you got hamburger patties or black bean burger patties. And I'll put those in for about 30 minutes on 350 when it's about time, and then I'll check them. And I might turn them over and let them get a little brown on the other side. So you see how I did all of that and just this. And I hardly had any mess to clean up. So I hope you had a wonderful day, and thanks for watching. Bye.